Watching the Big 12 on ESPN, and today in Norman, Oklahoma, one of just 3 top 25 tilts on the college basketball landscape, the renewal of a rivalry, number 6 Kansas and number 25, best player the last few weeks, out with a bad ankle, and John Hughley, backup big man, out with a knee issue. In their road blues, the KU Jayhawks control the opening tip.
This is an undermanned Oklahoma team today. I expect to go inside often to Dickinson.
That's his second touch already. Turns around, short. Looking to lead the break. Sooners want to run, and it was blocked by Furphy.
Now, Porter Moser told us this morning they have to get out and run and get some easy ones.
That one blocked, but they're going to count the basket, give the 2
Interesting.
to Kevin McCullough.
Ducks that ball with his left hand. Remember, Kansas has 4 guys that can bring it up in transition.
It's a Kansas team with not a lot of depth. And Hunter Dickinson, one of their best players, struggling. But Johnny Furphy, ever since he got in...
Johnny Furphy's now in the starting lineup.
Averaging 13 points as a starter. Five on the shot clock. Here's Uzan. Goes right up against Hunter Dickinson and gets it to go.
And then the 2 guards have to get into the lane and make some plays at the rim.
What about KU offensively?
Well, they're gonna move the ball. I mean, they've got 5 guys that can all score. 4 really, but this guy can score on occasion.
And he does right there. Had 16 last year in this building, his first 2 today.
Rich, they'll definitely play through Dickinson, but they have so many weapons in that starting lineup.
Oh, Sam Godwin! Lift up!
Oh man, what a block!
Met at the rim, and a foul is called. Kansas lead as we went to a timeout is now a 1-point.
And one more thing on that goaltending. Really one of the worst losses in Bill Self's career on Monday night in Lubbock. Got to take advantage of that, however.
Here's Uzan for 3. Going all the way back to the Missouri Valley days.
And likely the last one for a while, as Oklahoma will be in the SEC next year.
Under 10 to shoot for the Sooners. Inside Moore, working on Adams. Got it to go. Boomer Sooner.
Well, you'll see 2 of the best athletes in the Big 12 in this game, and they just matched up, Adams and Moore. Moore, the transfer from Georgia Tech.
Now Dickinson, a good look, and he's nearly impossible to stop with that left hand.
Really good job of catching that ball on the move, coming to a 2-foot stop, and he uses that window extremely well.
Here's Moore from the corner.
Right.
That jump shot good by McCullough.
You'll see a lot of pick and roll today from those 2 point guards, and a lot of these type passes.
Here's Owe. Had it partially blocked, and they're going to get the foul. Up to the line steps Otega Owe, a sophomore from New Jersey.
The most improved players in the league this year, but you're right, in the last couple games, Adams handles the ball.
Now Timberlake on the floor, 25 in blue. Dickinson spins and hits from the left side again.
He's so good.
Clyde's check, camping out in the left corner. Instead, they go to Owe on the right side. Owe got it up, got the foul, and will go to the line.
We've seen what TJ Otzelberger has done in his first game. And then Oklahoma, I think, was at Kansas State. Close loss to Baylor. And Rich, they go 10 deep, and I honestly think it's a team that can get to the Final Four. Of course, Bruce Pearl is a great coach.
Number 2 in the nation in field goal defense. The number 1 team, the Houston Cougars. We know that all too well.
And you know what? Iowa State is right.
They're only 2 for 6 in the early going.
Here in Moore, which is a suburb of Oklahoma City. Missed that one, but front on this guy.
Inside, McCullough gets double teamed. Here's Furphy left alone.
Yeah, that's usually good, and it is.
Can't give that.
Dickinson, by the way, Rich, 2 of 25 from 3.
Here's Klein's check. His first shot off the mark, weak side rebound to Godwin.
I love the idea that he shot it.
Moore, jump hook. So fresh 20 on the shot clock for the Jayhawks. Off the out of bounds, and that's where Kansas... McCullough lost it. And here come the Sooners. McCollum wants to run. Usain, another three.
Finds check with a good.
One of the worst in Bill Self's KU career. But they are 120-18 after a loss. McCollum trying to change that narrative. Timeout Jayhawks.
That's why the league is so good. Kansas, by the way, with 9 quad 1, quad 2 wins. So they still have a healthy resume heading into March.
Harris, teardrop. That's one of his specialties.
Ball.
Harris off the mark. KU only makes 6 threes a game right now. They're 2 for 9.
And that's they're being baited into shooting them. Nice pass. Great hands.
Moore with the left hand.
Oh, man, great pass. Johnny Furphy, great hand.
Harris, 2 for 10 from distance.
Oklahoma contests shots as well as anybody.
McCollum. Another timeout.
Furphy's the one guy you can't let him just get in a rhythm shooting it.
Harris on the bench. Jackson, the one reserve on the floor for Bill Self. Here's McCullough with the 3.
Important right there. Yep. Great inside out. We know one thing about Kevin McCullough. This year, he is
12 in points per game.
Let's see if they can get Oweh. Man,
More in the...
They're trying to get Hunter in some pick and rolls. Let's see if they can keep. See, right there.
Northweather. In and out on the 3. And Furphy comes away with it. Furphy straight line drive off the window. Nice touch.
You and your family, and we just thank the donor that was able to get you back on the road to recovery. Wish you all the best.
We know he's watching.
Hours south of here in Denton, Texas, Utah Valley transfer is an excellent shooter.
How about the Sooners? 7 for 12 from distance. Harris off the mark. And seldom used Jamari McDowell.
Right now as they cut this lead into 6 or 8, because they basically have been trailing double figures much of the bottom of this first half.
Largest lead has been 10. It's 9 right now. Dickinson on cue. Things breaking down for the KU offense. McCullough.
See that? Oh,
tap back by Dickinson.
Should probably get the last shot here. But that's okay.
Double digits for Hunter Dickinson.
If he's shooting it, you're fine. And if Oklahoma does not score, Bill Self will be doing handstands in the locker room.
The lead is 5. The shot clock is off. 10 seconds to go in the half. Here's Usain calling his own number. Can't get it to go. But Oklahoma has themselves a 5-point lead at home. They're 15-2.
On fire first 4 minutes.
Dickinson, this time on the right side, using the right hand. A dozen for Dickinson. Kansas cuts the Oklahoma lead to 3. McCullough, perfect. His 3rd triple of the afternoon. 25 matchup. If Kansas loses today, they'll be 2.5 back with only 5 to play.
Yep, and a couple tough road games, as you know, at Baylor, at Houston. That's good right there.
McCullough muscles it up. And how about this, Fran? That was the first.
This week, Rich, he said, every game in this league, wow. Every game in this league feels like the heart. Watch the lob here.
No one does it better than Bill Self on out of bounds under your own basket.
Well, that's a good call because on Monday night, in Lubbock.
Two teams met this year, and a career-high 22 last into the second half.
Too much dribbling right now. That's too
Stolen
much
away
dribbling.
by KJ Adams.
Yep.
We have liftoff.
In the league, and if not the country, on that same play for Kansas.
Talking about Harris and McCullough, they're both national semifinalists for Defensive Player of the Year. Javian McCollum steps to the line for the first time.
The Siena Saints, he averaged 16 last year.
UFC.
There's another two-hand rebound by Jalen Moore. No, that's another poor decision.
2-on-1 for the Hawks. And the trailer, Furphy throws it down. What Bruce Pearl has built on the plains there, impressive.
Amazing. Yep, nice.
Interior pass.
Great
from
job.
Adams to McCullough.
They tried to run that little flex cut early.
Since 5-4 early in the first half.
And they've taken this tremendous Sooner crowd out of the game.
Here's McCullough. Double team down low. Adams off the window, still can't get it to go. When in the first half, they didn't even go to the line once.
Well,
and yet 1 for 5 today. Now make it 2 for 6.
Yeah, and oh boy, good defense by Dickinson.
5 to shoot for OU. Away from the baseline.
Tough shot, good submit. Yeah, it's a mismatch too.
Here's McCullough, top of the key. Off the mark, offensive rebound by Dickinson. Spin move blocked, and the foul on Northweather.
We've got a little extracurricular going on. Let's see. Foul. There was a play against Missouri, and I believe it was a game that, and Billy Tubbs said, no matter how bad the officiating is.
Threw the ball away on a transition opportunity.
Don't you feel like the door is open for Kansas?
Haven't been able to bust through here. And a foul on the floor.
It's not hard to understand when you realize how great Kansas has been. But one more time, okay? Billy Tubbs at Homa, since they had that 11-point lead, really haven't gotten a lot going. We haven't seen him knock down a 3-ball.
Catch and release by Darthard, no good. And a push on the floor, but Doug Sermons wants to talk it over. Player of the Year and certainly an All-American candidate as well.
Doug Sermons came in and said, that's 2-shot foul.
10 on the shot clock. Here's number 10, Furphy.
Short.
Furphy kept it alive.
Good hustle.
They go inside, and Dickinson gets the bucket.
Johnny Furphy does not look like a tough player, and that's only because of his, lack of physicality, but he plays tough. Oh, not that time. Look how deep Godwin gets. And I would say this, if I were Johnny Furphy and I didn't need the money, which we all need money, I would stay at Kansas one more year. He can go in the mid to late first round, and he'll spend a lot of time, like Grady Dick in the G4, you're going to see him really take off.
Off the skip pass to Juan Harris. Uzan, no. KJ Adams leading the break. McCollum lines it up. And Kevin McCullough gives Kansas its first lead.
Numbers, you can torture him and you can get him to say anything, but I think by and large, this is going to be an amazing event in Kansas City once again.
McCollum found just the slightest seam and got fouled on his way.
It was unbelievable, right? You got Hilton Coliseum.
McCollum.
You can't even jinx him.
So now, Kansas with a 1-point lead. McCullough on the bench with 4 fouls, and KJ Adams said.
See Ugly and Soares. And we said it, Soares may have been their best player the last month.
Oh, that's a sweet stroke from the freshman
of Kansas down the stretch of the season, because remember, they played without McCullough Harris sprained that ankle. And we'll always remember Lefty for not only worked in the marketing department of the athletic department.
That Virginia drawl of Lefty Driesell.
Yep, and a Duke grad.
5 on the shot clock.
Nice.
Adams.
Yep.
He's getting it going. Porter Moser exhorting his team on defense.
Floater.
They need a stop. And they almost had one, but the foul's going to go on Jalen Moore.
Uzan, and Uzan
to see some of that.
Couldn't get it to go down. Watch this little short roll right here. Great,
Harris.
Great.
DeJuan Harris has 11. KU is 31-2 when DeJuan Harris.
Day of Marquette. But you wouldn't want to count Kansas out in your bracket. Let's put it that way.
Uzan out of the timeout. Almost a chance at it. Uzan had it.
Month of the
no
season.
Doubt.
Yep.
66% from the field in his last. KU's largest lead has been 10 today. They're up by 8 now, 5.5 to go. Dickinson got fouled and will go to the line for 2 today. Now 1 for 3 from the line. His name to illustrious lists.
He's capable.
Uzan out to Moore.
Got to shoot these.
Moore thought about it, instead went straight into Hunter Dickinson and drew the foul.
I'm not giving Porter Moser what they gave him in the first half.
And here's Harris. No whistle. Dickinson can't get the shorty to go. And a foul will send KJ Adams back to the free throw line.
Javian McCollum,
the Kansas player to ever win National Defensive Player of the Year, was
in a long time.
In and out. Adams.
The law of averages may have caught up, but you got to give Kansas a lot of credit.
Only 3 made field goals for the Sooners in the second half. 3 on the shot clock. Tough 2 off the glass by Hunter Dickinson. Here's Dickinson alone. Boom. Largest lead of the afternoon for Kansas. And a timeout called.
Roy Williams, Lonnie Kruger. And we're not going to see this matchup for a while. Kansas, Oklahoma, as Oklahoma will head to the SEC.
Northweather with the follow. Well, the 227th and quite possibly the final chapter of this rivalry that spans 3 conferences. Big 12 in Kansas City. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com/Big12-.
And by the way, the women's championship game will be held, I believe, on Tuesday, March 12th. We'll have the opening round games in the day. And this year, the great Rory Harmon is out for the year.
And listen, how do you make a great, outstanding job of taking a great league and making it even better?
Well, yeah, I think it's going to end up being a very good football league. But basketball, it's hard to believe it's going to get better, but it will. Arizona, the BYU-Utah rivalry. Certainly Tad Boyle in Colorado, former Jayhawk.
Another top 25 matchup on tap right here on ESPN. Kentucky at Auburn coming up. Closing seconds in Norman. And Kansas rights the ship. After getting drubbed in Lubbock on Monday night, they rebound in a big way with a critical road win in Norman.
Pounds of muscle. He's a very talented young man.
Next up for KU after the week off, they host Texas, following by a home game against BYU before they head on the road to face the Baylor Bears in that rematch. For Oklahoma, it's Bedlam Part 2 in Stillwater. Needs to go 10-point lead for 6th-ranked Kansas. They come from 11 down to pick up win number 20 on the year, and they are now 7-2 against top 25 teams. 67-57 the final score from Norman. Kansas wins it. For Fran Fraschilla and our outstanding ESPN crew, I'm Rich Hollenberg.